straight
good
to
one.
it. We'll kick it into it. Oop. That's concerning. Never again.
Yeah, next presentation is going to be one that's really, really popular.
Certainly
he's going to
is.
be here for a little bit.
He will be.
And then he's going to head over to Rotundas and keep going on with his
For
presentation.
a presentation and or a workshop too.
Yes, and his are always good. You've met Stephan.
Yeah, I have.
He's a pretty good guy.
Who
Stephan
is-
Shutze,
Stephan Shutze,
everybody.
give him a hand.
Let's get a round of applause going.
We'll live with you.
Thanks, guys. All right. Good afternoon, Computer Game Boot Camp 2011. All right, just to get a bit of an idea, who was here last year? All right. You guys are going to be bored. You've heard it all before. All right. Okay, who wasn't here last year? Just a quick show, a couple of things. All right, I'm just going to start down here. What do your parents do for a living?
My mum's a bookkeeper and my dad works for DSE.
Okay, mum's a bookkeeper, dad works for DSE. Somebody else, Beanie, what do your mum, you, what do your parents do? Manager? Yeah, cool. Somebody else, you, blonde hair, hoodie, what do your parents do? Psychologist and social worker. All right. Something you've probably never ever done, and I'm going to suggest all of you try it. Go home tonight and go, Mum, Dad, do you like what you do? Like your job you do every day, your manager, your bookkeeper, your whatever. Do you like what you do? Do you really, really like what you do for a living? Do you wake up every morning and think, oh, this is cool, I get to do this today? Or do you wake up going, I've got to go to work, I've got to do 8 hours behind a desk or whatever? And this is, I think, a really, really important question because you guys now, you're at school. Whether you like it or not, you're going to have to be at school for a little while. Some of you decide to go to university. Some of you won't. That's all cool. One really, really important thing that probably nobody has ever actually asked you or even given you the information, that if you want to, you can do something as a job, as a career, as a living that you enjoy. And a whole bunch of your parents probably would never have thought of that and quite possibly won't even think of it as something that you can actually do yourself. But you can. Now, can we run that YouTube video? Now, this YouTube video is actually a little bit of a marketing video, and I'll get to that in a minute. But it's also kind of what I do for a living and why I enjoy what I do for a living. And you might want to have some sound with it as well. This is just an app. I've made an app. We'll talk about that in a minute. You know, you've got to do these marketing things. But this is what I do. I spend most of my time carrying something like this around or something larger. This is a sound recording device, and I'm actually recording you guys right now. And that is exactly why I'm recording you guys right now, because that is going to go into the sound library. And in fact, if you do a search under crowd, you'll probably find that there's the scream that you guys from last year did. In fact, I think I've got a scream of you guys sounding like a bunch of orcs, and it's in the sound library. All right, what do I do? I've worked for over 10 years in the video game industry. I've worked on a whole bunch of video games on most of the different platforms. Have I worked on anything that's really big and huge that you would have played? Probably not, because there's actually to get working on like World of Warcraft or Medal of Honor or whatever, that's pretty tough, especially in Australia. Have I worked on games that I've enjoyed? Hell yes. Have I enjoyed what I do? Very much so. What do I do now? Well, now I've got this sort of thing, which some of you may know about. I spent years doing recording for other people, and then I decided I want to do this for myself. So I built this website. Now, before I go a little bit more into that, how many of you guys, I know you guys all play games, that's why you're here. How many of you honestly would really, really enjoy making your own games? Cool. Well, see, this is one of the reasons why I built this, because I'm actually wanting to help you guys. Attached to this webpage is an online sound library that I've created over 5 or 6 years. You can download a little tool, it's a simple thing kind of like iTunes where you do a search, and you guys can access the entire sound library, which at the moment is sitting at 18,000 sound effects. They are all broadcast quality, so we're talking DVD quality and up. There is everything from the tanks you saw and the fighter planes you saw and the cannons you saw. There's happy pigs and grumpy alpacas. There is crowds of 15-year-old kids screaming their heads off. And this is what I've started to do for myself because I decided I enjoy what I do, but I didn't enjoy necessarily working for somebody else. Sorry? Is it free? There's the big question. Is it free? Now, okay, the thing online that you access to download the sounds from the online thing, you can download the app free or from online. You can download the sounds free. And for those of you who actually understand or know what Creative Commons is, it means that you guys can actually all use them free. The entire library within Australia is free to access under Creative Commons, which means you guys can go nuts. You can make your school projects with it, you can make your movie projects, your games, whatever you want. If you then start making millions of dollars out of it because you've made the next Minecraft, then you can give me some money, because by then you'll have enough of it. All right, so the little adverty thing we saw before is actually an iPhone app, and that is a different thing. That is all the sounds that I've created reformatted into ringtone format. So, for instance, you can have the sound of a World War II Spitfire as your ringtone if you want. You can have a sound of a grumpy alpaca as your ringtone if you want. Now, that isn't free, admittedly, but for this week, I've reduced the price of that down to 99 cents just to celebrate this week. So anybody who's interested in it, it'll cost you $1 if you want it. And so from that point of view, if you've got a ringtone, etc., there you go, there's one there. If you're interested, I dropped the price on that one if you do want to buy one. But the actual sound effects libraries for you guys to play around with and work on your own projects, it's free. It's a resource there to help you guys get good audio into your projects. All right? And that's basically what I've set up as my mission in life. Because 10 years ago when I started in the industry, a lot of games had really awful sound. And I got kind of annoyed at that. So what I'm trying to do is make sure that you guys have no excuse at all. You can't turn around and go, oh, well, yeah, look, I couldn't put good sounds in my game. Yes, you can. So I don't want to hear it. By the time you guys start making games, I want them to have kick-ass sound. All right? Now, it's not just about grabbing a sound out of the sound library and whacking it in your game. You can do that if you want to, right? But a lot of the stuff that I do and a lot of the stuff that proper sound designers do is get all the little components to make their own sound effects. And the sound effects library has been designed to support you doing this. So after this, when everybody runs off to the rotundas, yeah, it's going to be hard for me to compete with the Dungeon Core guys. They're giving away free games. I'm sorry, I'm not giving away free games. However, what I am going to do is I'm going to run a little workshop on how to create sound effects, how to create explosion sounds. And in fact, I'll even record some of your voices and turn you into demons. I will show you some ways that you can actually play around with free sounds from here. Oh, and a tool that's made in Australia that's also free. So I'll actually show you how you can get really good sound effects into your games, into your movies and all that sort of stuff. And so we'll have a look at blowing crap up and making things sound like monsters. And seriously, you want to see how good you can make a demon? The best thing to use to make demon sounds is a pig. And I've got a pig that was very, very happy and making all sorts of awesome sounds, and he sounds great. So that's what the workshop I'm running is going to be. It's going to be about doing some sound design stuff and having a look at that. Now, a couple of other things. Can we have the the other one that's got the red? Yeah, that. All right. This, and today is when I am officially launching my new project. Finally, I've gotten to the point where I want to actually start making my own games. I've made games for other people. I've made apps and stuff like that. So I'm launching this. Now, this is currently the working title, and it's called I Fear My Phone. And the whole idea behind this is that what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and create a mobile phone game, iPhone, Android, and stuff like that, that generally you don't want to play because it's going to scare the crap out of you. Now, that's my goal. We'll see how successful we get with that. But the reason why I'm telling you guys about this is because on my webpage here, and also on my Facebook page, which we'll go to in a second, I'm actually opening up the whole development cycle. I am going to actually run a development blog, and I'm going to be talking about what I do as I do the development, and I actually want your input. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up with questions. I'm going to put up examples of MP3s and stuff that you can download, for instance. And I might put up 3 or 4 MP3s, and I can say to you guys, tell me which one was the scariest one for you to listen to. Go for a walk and have a listen to it. And if I get a whole bunch of people say, oh, the first one was really scary, the second one wasn't, then it gives me a good idea of which direction to go, which means you guys will be able to actually influence what happens with this game. You can get involved by putting comments on going, oh, check this movie out. It's really, really scary. Check out this YouTube link. It's really, really cool. You should check it out. From this point of view, it gives you 2 things. It gives you the idea of how game development happens because you can read through the blog and follow it, but it also allows you to get involved. And it means that when the game does come out, it should be good because it should be what you want it to be. All right, so this is a bit of an experiment. This is a new project. It is going to be very, very heavily sound-based because, duh, that's what I do. All right, so the whole idea of this thing is if you're interested, check out the blog, check out the Facebook page, keep an eye on what's going on, get involved. I'll put in questionnaires and stuff like that. So, you know, it's an opportunity for you to influence how a game is developed. So, instead of looking at other games and going, oh, that game kind of sucks, here's the opportunity for you to actually, if it does suck, I can turn around and say, well, it's your fault because you gave me input, or it's your fault because you gave me input. All right, so if you want to see a game that potentially might not suck, get involved and help me make one that doesn't suck. All right, now, competitions. Now, for a start, which camera are you on? That camera, whatever. Hello to everybody around the world, and welcome to Computer Game Bootcamp. This first element of the competition, and wait for it, I'll get to you guys in a second, but this first element of the competition is for everybody outside of Australia. Now, the sound library is downloadable for people outside of Australia because of a distribution deal and the licensing thing. You can actually only download 1 sound a day. So for you guys, for once Australia actually gets a better deal than everybody else in the world. I know it doesn't happen often. However, thank you. However, I don't want everybody overseas to miss out. So I'm going to run a bit of a competition. There's going to be 2 elements. The one overseas is this. With the tool that you download from the website, you can, however, preview as many sounds as you want, but you can only download one. So the preview will give you about 5 seconds. So it's going to be a bit of a harder competition for those overseas. What you get is when you preview the sound, it'll play about 5 seconds and you can download one to hear the whole sound. What I want is anybody outside of Australia, I want you guys to look through the sounds in my library and I want you to pick what you think are the scariest sounds in my library. All right? And this is going to help this project. So what I will do is when you think you've found a sound that's really super scary, what I want you to do is write down the complete name of the sound and email it to me. And out of the ones that I get emailed, I will actually select the one that I think is the scariest out of the ones that have been submitted. All right? Now, for everybody in Australia, this is also relevant to people online, but for everybody in Australia, same deal. Right? I want you to go through the library and pick a sound, just one. I don't want a list. From one person, I want 1 email and 1 sound that you think is really cool and scary. Right? So you just type out the name and put it in. All right? So there'll be 1 competition for people outside of Australia and 1 competition for people within Australia. All right? So I will go through these. Oh, and on my webpage, under, I think it's a link for Stephan Shutze, it might be where the contact one is. No, where is it? Must be under home. Go under home. I can't even remember where it is. There we go, contact. Down the bottom. No, click on home, tab so it drops down, and so it goes down to the bottom. Yeah, that one. Kick contact. That's how you send me an email. That took too long. So send me an email if you're interested. Now, one of the things is that a lot of you might not be interested in even entering this competition. The prizes for this competition are the entire sound library in its commercial form, which is all 18,000 sounds on 3 DVDs. Now, that currently has been distributed worldwide, and just so that you actually understand what that might be worth to purchase, it's somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000. Sound libraries are not cheap. So for those of you who are just like, oh, it's just a competition, I'll just win a prize, maybe don't bother. But for any of you guys who are actually interested in making your own games or being sound people or whatever, this is a good opportunity for you to get a sound library, a complete sound library in one hit. All right? So that's up to you as to whether it's something you're interested in or not. All right? So there's a competition, and the reason why I'll know whether I'm getting entries from overseas or not is I will be mailing it to you. All right? So don't sort of say, I am from overseas, but please send this to my cousin in Perth. All right, so obviously the overseas people will, I'll be sending one copy overseas and the other copy I'll be sending in Australia, all right? So it means that we've got 2 separate ones because you guys have got a bit of a different ability to be able to download things. All right, now, one other question I'm going to ask you guys. I want some feedback from you guys. I record different things all the time. I'm always going out there trying to find new things to record. And in fact, the other day I just negotiated a deal that in August, I'm actually going up to a museum where they have over 1,000 firearms. From World War I heavy machine guns through to World War II rifles and pistols up to modern day stuff. And I'm going to be recording all those sorts of things. So this is the sort of stuff that I do. But I've always got to come up with new ideas of, what else should I record? Have a think for about 2 seconds. I want you guys to try and think of something really interesting and cool that I haven't recorded yet that I should go out and record. Something realistic. Don't tell me I should be recording, what the moon sounds like. Something that I can actually record. And in fact, what I'll do is, it's not a huge prize, but I will throw in a promo code for that ringtone library. So if you've got an iPhone, you've got a friend who's got an iPhone, you'll get a free one of that. I'll need to give you an email and I'll send that to you. All right, so idea down here, lady in blue. A tree falling down. All right. I don't have trees falling down as yet. That's actually not a bad one. Good start. Yes. Rare animals. Too ambiguous. Let's be a bit more specific. Rare animals is kind of like saying record cool things. Give me specifics, okay? And I'll give you an example. One of the things I want to record soon that I'm going to be trying to record, I'm going to get a microphone. I'm going to pull the cap off it so it has the diaphragm exposed. And this is the bit that picks up the sound. I'm going to put a dob of honey on that, and then I'm going to put an ant on it to try and record the ant's footsteps. This is the level we're talking about, boys and girls. So come on, give me some really, really interesting ideas. You're going to have to move really fast.
Oh, I'm good, don't worry.
All right, guy kneeling up there with the...
The sound of an ant communicating with another ant.
That's good, and I've heard that, and I actually want to do that. There's actually somebody who did that. They got a special microphone, and when they push it down the ant hole, they actually got the sounds of the ants panicking and yelling for help to push the microphone out of the ant hole. Seriously. Why do you think I love what I do here? Guy in the suit.
A plane doing a barrel roll?
Got it already. Great t-shirt, next one.
The sound of one hand clapping.
Bart Simpson's done it. Next, multiple hats. I am pretty picky with this, and trust me, think about it. I've got 20,000 sounds recorded. I've thought of a lot of crazy stuff.
A ferret, right? Crawling through a guy's beard.
You're going to have to grow your beard longer for that one.
Works for me.
That's not bad. A ferret crawling through a guy's beard. There's a better beard.
Yeah,
in
I'll
fact.
say he's had more, a bit more practice.
Great top over there with a hand up.
This one?
2 bullets colliding in midair.
Ooh. Oh, I like that. That'd have to be a Mythbusters setup.
would,
to
yeah,
do
yeah.
that. Yeah, okay. Currently 2 bullets colliding is winning. You're going to have to come up with something pretty impressive to beat that one. Over here in the middle in the blue t-shirt, blonde hair, glasses. Yeah, you.
Can I give 2?
Yeah, sure, but they better be good. Start with the best one first, because if it's not good, you don't get the second one.
Okay. The sound of a surgeon cutting in the middle of a procedure. The sound of the knife cutting through the stomach.
Not bad. I could do that with a rare steak, but yeah, all right. Give me the second one then.
And just the roar of a Bengal tiger.
Yeah, I'd like that. I don't know that I want to get close enough. Actually, a fun trivial fact. If you were standing here and you heard the roar of a Bengal tiger behind you, what would you do? Okay, run. All you people are saying run. No, all you people are saying run. No, you wouldn't, because the fun fact is this. There is a certain level of power within a Bengal tiger's roar at a low frequency enough that actually paralyzes you for a split second. Really, really quick, but you ain't going nowhere. That's how they catch their prey. That's why you don't want to get close enough to them to hear the roar. What do we got? Orange t-shirt there, sitting with the laptop on, sort of an orangey, ready t-shirt.
Similar to the bullets one, except two lasers, scientific lasers colliding.
Light on light.
Yeah, how are you getting sound from that?
How do you get the sound of that?
Light lasers in what scientists use to conduct experiments.
We'd have to convert the sound. We'd have to convert the light waves into sound. I don't know about that, but yeah, there next to you.
The sound of the Large Hadron Collider operating.
Now that's really interesting. Now remember how there was this huge, do you guys remember about when they were first going to start on turn on the Large Hadron Collider? Everybody said the world was going to end. I was in Noosa at the time and I sat there with my watch, had my microphone out, ready to record the end of the world. And the bloody thing didn't work. So all I got is 3, 2, 1, and there's a dog over the back going, yep, yep, yep. He knew the world was supposed to end. So I've already recorded the world ending. Yeah. Standing up over there.
Yeah.
The sound of an entire battleship launching its entire gun array.
Oh, broadside from a battleship.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, just another side. That clip at the end, that fighter plane at the end of that clip that had all the smoke coming out of the back of it. From the video, I was standing next to the camera when that video was done. It was about 100 metres away. I was about 100 metres away from this when it took off. Now, you know, sort of loud rock music or whatever. A fighter plane like that, when you're that close to it, when it takes off, is so loud, it physically hurts you in the chest. The sound waves from that are so powerful, you feel it in your chest and it hurts. Down here, Beanie, I'll answer this one. What was your one? Sound of somebody microwaving a grape. Problem with that is you're going to get the sound of the microwave, not the sound of the grape going. Good idea, but the problem is that microwaves make too much noise. There's a cluster of people there. The goggles person. Goggles person. Over the back.
That's your new nickname, Alicia.
Yeah. You are now Funky Goggles person.
What can we do for you, Goggles person?
Oh, great. I was going to say the sound of a bear trap snapping into something.
Are you volunteering to be the something?
No.
Well, that make it a lot more interesting.
I'll do the ferret in the beard, but I'll pass on the bear trap.
Yeah, all right. Well, we could put the ferret into the bear trap after the beard.
Nice.
We'll set up like an assault course.
That could be the end of it. I'll just sit here, just. Yeah.
Yep. Gentleman there as well. All three. Of them. Either.
You go first.
A hissing cockroach.
A hissing cockroach?
They exist. It's a species of cockroach.
They're really cool.
Entomology students?
Are
they Australian?
Huh?
Are they Australian?
I think they're Mexican.
Mexico has all the kooky animals, but no, that's a cool one. I like that.
I myself personally have an entire array of kooky sounds just by my voice, and I can do a zombie growl.
That would be interesting.
Comparable to what?
However, I'm going to really shoot you down in flames and say, I've actually already got in my library, do a thing for zombie in my library, and there's actually a person being zombie. My wife does a fantastic zombie growl, and it's just, so...
I won't ask.
And more to the point, she's actually better in multiplayer co-op than just about anybody else I know. She, with a sniper rifle, shooting from the... she's just... she's amazing. All right, let's just get two more. Funny hat person over here.
This better be worth my time. Every time I see you, I say this.
The sound of a tree falling in the middle of the forest and no body around.
Now that is an interesting one because technically, if no body is around, does it make any sound? Technically, no, it does not. And the reason why is because sound waves, when I do that, the sound waves actually go out. Unless there is something that is capable of actually capturing those sound waves, i.e. your ear, no, it doesn't really produce sound because otherwise it just disturbs the air. It's not really producing sound. It's only when it gets to an ear that it turns back into the sound. And little guy here, just directly in front of you, yeah.
The sound of somebody screaming in space in a vacuum.
Now, I couldn't do it, but if you had a contact microphone on the person and a microphone lodged inside their body cavity, and you're volunteering for this, so I cut you open.
Yeah, you'll send you up.
Cut you
It'll be
open.
fine.
I put a microphone inside your chest, and so when you scream, there's no sound going out there, but there would actually be sound caused inside your
Can
body
the
cavity.
microphone come bursting out then? Like, it can be like Alien.
Yeah, exactly. And then the microphone bursts out of your chest. So, all right, now, okay, otherwise we're going to be here forever. Currently, I'm thinking 2 bullets is going to win this because, now, I'm actually, hey? 3 bullets. Well, actually, 3 bullets would be different to 2 bullets. All right. I'm almost tempted to actually try and get onto the Mythbusters forum and actually get them to do this for me, because me trying to set that up scientifically, trying to actually get 2 bullets to hit would be kind of dangerous. Now, was that you that said 2 bullets? All right. Now, what I'm giving you is a business card. On the back, that business card has my email address on it. On the back of it is a word. If you basically send me an email with that word on it, then I'll know it's you, and I'll send you through a promo code for the iPhone thing. Oh, and Mythbusters. Did they hit? All right. Okay. So, I should probably shut up now because we want to get off and do these little sessions. However, before I go, you guys, not yet. Wait for it. Wait for it. I would like to basically get you all screaming your heads off as though you are... Actually, no. We did the Screaming Orcs last year. No. I want all of you to basically do your bestest zombie groan thing. We are going to get the zombie apocalypse. So, all right. So when I drop my hand, all right. So everybody shut up first because I need to try and get the recording of it. But when I drop my hand, I want you all to be doing the whole groaning and grumbling and mumbling, and we'll see if we can get a zombie apocalypse to add to the library. Okay. Ready? Somebody else is wanting to capture this. So it doesn't have to be loud. You can just be mumbling away as a zombie or whatever. You ready? Okay, let's be zombies. Awesome. Thank you very much, everybody.